the visitors, this is another commentary conference with live streaming in European Individual Women's Chess Championship in Belgrade. Today, as every day, is with us Grandmaster Atalik Suat, who will comment for us interesting games from the previous round at this schedule at 4:30. Today he prepared very interesting games from the second round, so I will just give him the pleasure to show us what he prepared.
Well, first I have to mention that Nadezhda spotted out the first game we will look because it's very interesting. White Irina Bulmaga, formerly Moldavian, today is Romanian. Black Lisa Schut from Netherlands. A very interesting game telling us how theory advanced because they played 25 moves of theory. I don't know if it was good for both sides to play this 25 moves of theory. We will check up in the game now. But also it is scary for many people. You know, the theory is advancing very fast. And let's see how it happened. One of the defenses which is considered among the best these days, we have a Sicilian, a Najdorf. There are many lines. It's changing every time the theory. And White has chosen bishop e3. First she has chosen bishop e3 in mind that she could also play f3 here because Black has chosen knight g4. White went back. Black also came back to f6, which sort of checks with the new Sofia rules, because in case if they would have continued like this, in my opinion, the arbiters shouldn't allow them to make a draw, because nothing is forced. But this is the funny part of it. The theoretical part is a little bit different. Some people, they are not really happy to allow this line, which Black aimed to play. But on the other hand, after bishop e3, they have the option to play knight f3 after e5 to have a positional squeeze in this Boleslavsky type of structure, or still to go to b3, which happened in this game. But by bishop e3 move order, White also kept the option to go to f3. And in the case of e6, there is this very sharp line, a la Keres. It's not exactly Keres, but this move g4 brings the game into another channel. Also, White could play f3 if Black could have continued like this. So, after this, we see that there is nothing better than knight f6. Somehow knight g4 without the bishop somewhere out doesn't feel very good on the move, on the square g4. And not to make a draw, White has chosen f3. Well, once again, there are three major moves here, e5, e6, and queen b6, and any kind of queen b6 of this sort is under suspect, in my opinion. Black has chosen e5. And this is a particular position which came around. It's known as the English attack due to the efforts of Adams and Short. And many people believed that if they put the pawn on f3, they will checkmate the opponent. Also, there is the antidote. Many people believed, and still believes, if they cut, g4, it's everybody's game. But Lisa Schut, who studied this position, had something particular in her mind. She wanted to continue with one of the sharpest lines, which brought the almost forced sequence of moves. If and when black castles short, she really has to know the theory, because now the white's attack is no joke. The nature of the game becomes very theoretical, and this is once again a splitting point for theory. Irina Bulmaga played the most forward move, but also it has the handicap of, due to this theoretical continuation, to divert the game into a draw. Sometimes, in our times, sometimes some of the openings, unfortunately, they have this notorious label of being very well analyzed, and once you enter into this line, there is no way out. Here, apart from the move she played, g5, there is also rook g1. It's a good waiting move, and if black commits himself, then white will have some concrete ideas. This is to white's advantage. And if black plays knight b6, white also have this knight a5 after rook c8 or queen c7. These lines are much less explored than what we will have in the game. But Bulmaga has pushed g5, black pushed b4, a plan which is applied by Grandmaster Loginov first. And came another important position. So, here we should say a couple of things about theory. My personal opinion is that theory always protects the weaker part. Whoever is a slightly weaker player, theory helps. Because then the person just studies it, brings to some extent other people's ideas to the game. And all this talks about Fischer chess and this and that, once you remove the theory, the better players, in my opinion, will have much better results than the others. But when we study the theory, no matter what is our level, we have to have our own ideas. First, we have to disregard maybe the theory. We have to, just like anything scientific, we have to ask questions, we have to try to be original, we have to change it. And here, I don't know what Schut had in her mind, but she has chosen bishop takes b3, which is a theoretically inferior move compared to a4. a4 is the main idea. So what is the difference? So f6, ab3 is one line. I don't want to bother anyone with the complications because it's not even my ideas, but this is what is played the most. And this one is another line. Here, surprisingly, you will see a lot of games continued in this way. And black gives the bishop under better circumstances. And this is the main line. Now, it's very interesting. Black has studied the position. And for some reason or another, coming to the crucial junction point, has chosen bishop takes b3 instead of a4, which has the better reputation. Normally, it should be really justified because she should come with some analysis, some original ideas of her own. But let's see what happened. She took bishop b3, cb, for the moment, not to have any problems in a line. Not always we capture towards the center, but sometimes when the safety of the king is concerned, we capture the other way around. And continued the theory with rook takes a2. As we know, the line is very important. King takes a2, queen a5, and then knight c7, rook a8. The attack is really big. Still, it's under the frame of theory. So we don't have this bishop, I assume. 1 second, f5, bishop e2, cb3. Where is the bishop? f4, a5, f5, bishop b3, cb3, a4. Let me rewind it, sorry, from the beginning. Knight b3, yes, knight b3, queen b8, yeah. Knight b3, queen b8, still the theory continues, bishop c4, knight b6, bishop takes b6, queen takes b6, this way the bishop is gone. And white played the last theoretical move, f6. Last for this game. Okay, this is the position Nadezhda has spotted out that something was going wrong for black. And actually, in my opinion, already theoretically speaking, something is going slightly wrong for black. In the other line, black had some counterplay. But here, really the only move is bishop d8. And here I believe that everybody will agree with me after rook h8, f1 or h4. White is better. But black is not lost. So now we come to a particular moment in the game that black has taken g takes f6. And after g6 she is lost. Completely lost. You cannot bring the game back. Now it's a very interesting question. I mean, black is a good student of the game, has analyzed this opening. She played 25 moves of this opening in order to lose the game, which is very controversial. If she wouldn't have known theory, if she wouldn't have applied all these moves, probably she would have a better result. But this is not the end of the game, this which is very interesting. First of all, let's show why g6 is so strong. Now we understand the strength of the queen there. Maybe h3, maybe rook g3. One of these moves will lead to force mate. All white has to do to open g or h line. That's the end. But you know, it's like Murphy's rule. Surprises come together. After g6, black has played king h8. There's a particular twist in this position. If I ask the audience, okay, we have all these chess lovers, some of them are players, what should we play here? Who wants to say? I have to ask to my favorite organizer, Mr. Kotevsky, how do we play? Как мы играем? Yeah, you don't see, okay. So, Женя, как мы играем?
А я партия, у меня партия.
Окей, тогда это не чисто. So, who wants to play a move for white here? Господин Влович, который выиграл турнир в Романии.
Может быть, топ-гейдом может.
Or ошибка. Не почему не GF? Why no GF? G takes F7. Immediately forces the resignation. That's a very interesting point in the game, which is not played. This is not the move which is played in this game, because after this, simply the G line cannot be protected. Queen H6 or Queen G2, in case knight goes somewhere, Queen G8 will end up as an immediate win. Strange enough, everybody who has the game or who has seen the game, White has played Rook H-G1. And this has given Black another chance to hang around. You know, sometimes chess games are like addiction. You know, you smoke, you drink, you abuse your body, which is okay, and it handles. If you are strong, it handles. The position is strong. It really handles. You know, like you have to abuse perpetually. So the first mistake doesn't deliver death. The second mistake, maybe. And after Rook H-G1, Black has made the second mistake. Simply has taken this pawn. But maybe she could have played Rook G8. Here the problem is two rooks vis-a-vis from G1 to G8 makes G takes F7 impossible because of Rook takes G1. And Black will not lose the game. Will not lose the game on the spot. If, like we have said, if doesn't lose the game on the spot, if the game is carried on, Black may have some chances. Still, it's a very difficult position for Black because Black can play Bishop D5, practically forcing this, you know, Rook to go somewhere, and then take Bishop takes F7. Instead of taking maybe Bishop takes F7, still Rook G7, but I believe maybe this is even more exact to attack this Rook and then to take in some way. But let's see now, F takes G6, and came Rook takes G6. The Rook is taboo because of Queen H6 checkmate. And White has installed all the important pieces to their places. Here came the final mistake. Still knight C7 covering D5 square would keep Black in the game. But Black has played knight D6. Came Queen H6. From this moment on, Bulmaga really played very well. I mean, you may say sometimes like, okay, I mean, she has this terribly winning position, you know, like, was it possible to play bad? Yes, sometimes it is. I mean, if you look at this, I mean, anybody who played this game knows that to win the winning positions is one of the most important things in chess. There is something even worse than this, you know, which is much more important than this maybe. To play resiliently in slightly worse positions, especially end games, maybe asks more skills, but here really she finished her opponent off. So first move is there and forced. And now she played very strong move. Rook takes F6. Which is making life very difficult for Black. Now Rook takes D6 is threatened. And Bishop takes F6, Queen F6, Rook G7. Just Queen takes D6. We don't have to checkmate every day. If we win a piece, that's the end. This is winning. So this makes Black to play the only move. Rook back. And comes this position. Here it's a choice, you know, Queen H5 or Queen H4, both of them are winning. Queen H5, once again, renewing the threat. And now black is helpless. I mean, here it's like, well, everybody has a taste. The main problem is the back rank, which always happens in defensive situations, that both of the rook moves are winning. I personally like rook 1 d6 or rook d d6 actually, because bishop takes e5 runs into checkmate. Grandmaster Bulmaga has chosen rook g d6, which is a little bit more calculation. Okay, it's not any more serious calculation, but also connected with the last two ranks. Now any moves, any rook entrance to the 7th rank decides the issue. That's why after rook g d6, Lisa Schut has resigned. It's a very interesting game. Both of them are very young players. I think both sides, they took some lessons from this game. I believe that Lisa Schut will play from now on less theoretical lines. And Irina Bulmaga, who had a better picture of what is happening, for some reason she didn't choose this g takes f7. Probably she will, she will be more alert, but at the end of the game, her play really shone, and it was one of the most interesting games of the round. Now, we will pass to another